The coins alert is where everything in this video comes from. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my station to get more XRP news and news about cryptocurrencies in general. Look at this now. Could the XRP case end on October 16th? Before we go any further, there is a new crypto airdrop going on Telegram right now. It will soon be over. Make sure that you take part in this airdrop. Just below the movie, there is a link. Do not miss this. Let's watch more of our movie, The Long-Running Court. Battle that Ripple has been having with the SEC has reached a key point, and the XRP community is excited. Not long ago, Ashley Prosper wrote a piece on X that explained the next steps in the appeals process. This, in turn, led to a number of responses from important people in the community. Because Ripple's rise happens at the same time as important legal deadlines, people are getting more and more excited about the chance of a settlement. Soon, Ripple and the CC will meet to talk about a deal. After the Securities and Exchange Commission made its case, the commission was scheduled. Ashley Prosper's article gave a thorough look into how the court system works. The case has been sent to the camp office, where Prosper said a settlement meeting will take place. Both sides must be fully ready to start working together. During this gathering, there will be in-depth talks about legal, factual, and procedural issues. Additionally, lawyers are expected to talk to their clients ahead of time to get as much power as possible to negotiate a settlement. It's interesting to note that taking part in this process is not a choice. People who are lawyers and people who are clients are supposed to act in good faith. If either of them doesn't, the court has the power to punish them. Has made people more hopeful that an answer is just around the corner. The due date is October 16th, and the big event fits. A community member named Mickey xrp jumped in almost right away and asked when the SEC had to give details about the appeal it is appealing against. Based on Ashley Prosper's answer, the limit has been set for October 16th, which is also the last day of Ripple's swell event. Because of this, rumors have spread through the community, and many people are still holding out hope that Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse will make a big reveal as swell comes to an end. Ben Lamar made a funny comment about how he hoped Garlinghouse would say that the lawsuit against the SEC was finally over because Ripple's biggest event and the date for the lawsuit happened at the same time. Many people have thought that there will be a flip of the switch moment, which could mean a big change in the fight between Ripple and the SEC. It is possible to take back the SEC appeal. As the deadline gets closer, people are talking a lot about the Securities and Exchange Commission's possible decision to drop its appeal. Since the timing was bad, there have been whispers in the community that the regulatory body would change its mind, especially since Ripple won its case in court recently. Although there isn't any solid proof to back it up right now. More and more people think that the SEC is dropping out of the case. A court said that XRP is not a security, but now the Securities and Exchange Commission says it may be able to break the law. Following that, he promised to keep a close eye on things and look into the chance of taking action that would show the Securities and Exchange Commission for what he saw as an illegal overreach. This action will be based on complaints that the SEC is going too far in attacking the shared oversight that the SEC is meant to have over XRP futures contracts. In its defense, the exchange says that XRP futures should not be considered stocks and should not be regulated by the SEC. The market says these contracts are not securities, so they are not securities. This fits with what Garlinghouse says about the SEC's ongoing push into regulation, which he thinks slows down progress and innovation in the Bitcoin field. This agrees with what Garlinghouse says. Ripple is still involved in court disputes. In fact, Ripple has been suing the SEC since December of last year, when it sold $1.3 billion worth of XRP in securities offerings that were not listed with the SEC. The government body sued the business. All the way through the court case, Ripple said that XRP was not a security position. In July 2023, District Judge Annalisa Torres partly supported this claim when she said that the automatic sales of XRP on public exchanges do not count as securities transactions. It's still not clear what the rules are, even though she released a directive saying that selling XRP directly to institutional investors can be seen as a security transaction. Ripple sent the cross-appeal in reaction to the SEC's appeal of the judge's decision. The SEC's appeal was against the judge's decision. There are several fights going on right now between the Securities and Exchange Commission (CC) and the cryptocurrency industry, which is growing very quickly. The main issue is who will have the power to control cryptocurrencies. Stuart Alderity, who is the top legal officer at Ripple, has often been very vocal and persistent in his criticism of the conflicts. In his staff, they seem to find signs that the SEC is acting too broadly, as well as constitutional questions. about the limits of its regulatory power, responses from the business world, and calls for explanation. There are a lot of angry people in the Bitcoin community about Garlinghouse's attacks on the Securities and Exchange Commission sector. This group thinks that the SEC's actions not only hurt the desire for new ideas, but they are also a sign of a bigger problem in the industry. Regulators are having a hard time being clear. It's not yet clear how much the results of these court cases will change how digital assets are regulated in the US, because cryptocurrency markets are expected to keep growing over time. Responses from the industry and calls for clarity. The Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission are also involved, which makes things even more confusing. Regarding CFTC digital assets, the Securities and Exchange Commission is very strict about regulating securities, but the Commodity Futures Trading Commission (CFTC) sees some Bitcoin contracts as commodities. This confusing regulatory picture made businesses confused about cryptocurrency, which led to calls for the regulators to make the rules more clear. Given that Ripple and most other cryptocurrency companies are having a rough time right now because of changes to regulations, the issue has recently become more important because of what Garlinghouse said. The fights going on in court right now could have an effect on more than just the future of Ripple and XRP. In the meantime, people who have a stake in or are just watching the business will naturally be very interested. This is because crypto companies are in court fights with government regulators like the SEC. We'll keep going. Even though the US Securities and Exchange Commission is still putting legal pressure on Ripple Labs, the company is still facing legal problems. Because the fight is still going on, the success of its own coin, XRP, has been hurt. XRP hasn't grown as fast as other coins, which has been the case lately. Among the biggest issues is the fact that the information given is not meant to be taken as trade advice. Any purchases made based on the information on this page are not the responsibility of the people who made them. Before making any investment decisions, you should definitely do your own study and talk to a professional who knows what they're talking about.